Alright, let's do an update on ELON. So in yesterday's video, we outlined three different price targets, or specifically one moving average and this big green box where I would have been looking for a bounce if I was going to, say that this coin was still remaining bullish. It does seem like we've solidly broken through the 200-day moving average. The 200-day, which is what I said, was the number one thing that I'd be looking for to hold. Otherwise, in the short term, we could get tiny bit ugly. But do bear in mind as well, we do have this big green box now. If I do zoom in, you can see that the top of this green box lines up with the 786 of this micro fib, and the bottom of this box lines up with the 618 of this still somewhat of a micro fib. It has only been in play for the past couple of weeks or so, but it would be the micro fib of this kind of somewhat push up to the upside. So yeah, definitely not a macro fib. If we do zoom out, you can see our macro fib would either be this big one from top to bottom, or this here. And we are running into the 618 of this one over here. We haven't really touched the 236 of this one, so I would keep an eye on this one over here. Have broken through the 618. I did outline, a few potential places where we could bounce for Dogelon Mars if we did break through this green box. So, personally, I would be looking at what happens on the weekly close. That's going to happen, for me, it's going to happen in the next 4 hours or so. If you're on the US, it might, be another 9 hours. But yeah, all in all, keep an eye on the weekly close. In my opinion, if we do close below this green box here, then I would draw, or I'll draw it for you now. I do see another big area of support down here. You can see that this would line up with the 1.618 fib retracement target, and we also have this 786 coming in nicely down here. So this is a little bit of a drop. It doesn't look like too much, but you can see that best case scenario, we would bounce on the 786 down here. Worst case, we would come all the way down to the 1.618 target. And if I give you the price move of that, you can see that's almost a 19% drop from where we are now. So yeah, basically a 19% drop. So all in all, I would really like to see ELON turn around today. Obviously, it's getting very unlikely that we are just going to turn around and have, a move like this. We have obviously fell through the 200-day. We are currently below this green box. Do bear in mind this coin does have some pretty nasty wicks sometimes. I mean, if we look here, you could see we had a daily wick, 20% below the price. So I wouldn't personally be too worried, because say for example this is a wick. I'm not saying it is, I really don't think this is too likely, but if that was a wick, you could see us coming all the way up to here. So I'm really just pulling that out my ass, so really don't pay attention to that. What I am kind of telling you is the number one thing. If we do close below 775 for ELON, then my next target would personally be down here. It would be basically a 19% move from where we are now. So that's all I'm really seeing for Dogelon on the daily. If I come over to the weekly, not too much going on here. If I do switch over to the Heikin-Ashi candles, you can see that we are in a solid red downtrend. Nothing has really changed despite this this bounce here. So all in all, it does look quite bearish right now, but I would need to see what happens when we do close the daily candle, which would obviously link up with the weekly close. So that's pretty much it. Do bear in mind there's no volume coming in, so that is quite worrying for all the dog coins. All of these dog coins have kind of seen their euphoria around about this time. There haven't really been any buyers stepping into the market since then. So RSI is kind of dropping as well. Kind of fell off somewhere around about the heart line, and it does look like we're solidly heading down. I mean, if I had to kind of guess, I'd say we'd at least kind of come down to 30, which could put us anywhere down somewhere like this. So personally, in the short term, I am going to be waiting for the next few hours to see where we do close. If we do close below this red box, then personally, my next target is down here at 19%. So that's all I'm seeing for ELON right now. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.